Hey guys, we are here in Nuremberg, Germany for Interzoo 2024. Let's go check out the best aquariums they have to offer. So this is Interzoo 2024, which is the largest pet and animal convention in the world. It happens every 2 years in Germany, and aquarium companies from all over the world come here to showcase their products, which of course means some amazing aquariums. The convention had thousands of booths all over the place, and it took me nearly a full day just to walk most of it. There were so many awesome setups here that I struggled to narrow down my list to just a top 10, but coming very close was this beautiful reef tank from Aquaforest. This had so much coral in it and seemed to be well established, which goes to show how these setups have been planned out for months, if not years. Companies literally grow in their tanks and then transport them here, and it was just impressive to see in person. Throughout this video, you'll probably hear me repeat words like incredible, amazing, inspiring, beautiful, and that's just what this show really was to me. Hopefully this list will provide some inspiration and entertainment for you, as it did for me. So let's get into the list with number 10. Coming in at number 10 is this beautifully aquascape tank from Tropica. I'll try to name the brand or booth that each of these came from throughout the video. And this tank could have been much higher on the list, but it didn't have fish in it, or at least none that I could see. But nonetheless, it was a showstopper for sure. Being a company that sells live plants, that's exactly what they wanted to showcase here with this 9-foot shallow tank with 13 species of plants. This tank was grown in over many months and then transported across Europe to the trade show. It's just a great example of the effort that goes into each of these different tanks from companies like Tropica. Next up is this amazing saltwater reef tank, and I believe this is the only saltwater tank on the list, but I had to showcase it with the amazing coral collection and growth, along with the few beautiful fish in the tank, and the part that definitely stood out to me the most was the clams. This tank had multiple colorful clams throughout the tank, including a couple that were just huge. I believe this tank was around 150 to 180 gallons, and it was truly impressive. I saw some clownfish, wrasse, damsels, and some others. Again, I was just blown away by how much effort had to be put into this tank over the past few months, and then transported to the show. Number 8 on the list is our first angelfish aquarium. This one was nicely aquascaped with a rock background, driftwood, live plants, and then the beautiful autumn angelfish, which are larger species. They had plenty of tank mates throughout the aquarium, including bleeding heart tetras, a few other species of tetra, some German blue rams, and even a few apistogramma cichlids. I stood at this tank for about 30 minutes and felt like I kept noticing new aspects of it every minute. The aquarium was probably over 200 gallons, and it was set up at the Petra Aqua booth. And even though I absolutely love this setup, it wasn't the best angelfish tank at the show, at least in my opinion. Here is a planted aquarium with angelfish, and we are at the Substrate booth. This tank is running on their brand new canister filter that I can't wait to showcase in the next video. But this is, like I said, a planted tank with a lot of different live plants, and you really can't go wrong with a planted tank with angelfish like you'll see in this video, and I probably said many times. It's really a perfect type of setup. And angelfish are cichlids, so I'm always gravitating to tanks with them in there. I really like how peaceful they are and calm, and they swim back and forth. It's a really soothing tank to watch, and I really like it when it has the live plants and a really cool aquascape like this. And like I mentioned, they have the new filter coming out, and that's what it's running on. It has the Mega Filtra, the small version down there, so that's really cool. Can't wait to get my hands on the bigger version once that comes out, but we're here at the Substrate booth, and much more to come on them and this booth in the next video. So this place is absolutely massive. We have walked through for about 2 hours and only seen about 25% of the show, so a lot more to go. Very excited for it. A lot of cool stuff to see. We have another beautiful angelfish tank. This one is planted. Looks absolutely incredible. We saw one earlier with the Substrate tank. This one's a little bit bigger than that, and looks like it's a little cloudy, but overall still looks awesome. There's a really cool aquascape with this falling down to the right, the roots coming into the substrate, tons of live plants. You can't go wrong with the angelfish tank whenever it's planted. This looks absolutely incredible.
Number 5 on the list is this shallow tank by Aquaflora. This tank had only pond plants, or at least the majority were, and it had some small tetras in there, and just overall I love the plants and the scape coming out of the tank.
I saw that style in a lot of tanks here, and I really liked it.
This is another really cool booth here with some really beautiful aquascapes, including these red plants that really give a unique sense to the aquascape. Obviously you see a lot of green plants out there, but this one really looks unique with some different color here and awesome looking driftwood as well.
And just to add on here, I talked to the person who managed this tank, and not only was she very nice, she also talked about the effort that goes into maintaining and moving a tank like this between conventions and other facilities. I was impressed by the time and the effort by this company, and also it was clear they loved their setups and took pride in their tanks. Well done.
Another really cool looking tank. This one has rainbow fish, and it has some Vallisneria and plants on top. I really like the river stones and how they're stacked up in this tank. Makes it a really cool aquascape with the rainbow fish definitely being the focal point. Some really good colors, and I really like having a big school of rainbow fish like that. I definitely would like a tank set up with rainbow fish in the future. The lighting's pretty cool on this tank as well, and it's kind of funny, we're in the cat and dog section mostly, but then you just see a random aquarium like this that also looks incredible. So Interzoo is just a really wild place, but it's cool to see aquariums like this all throughout this massive convention.
Number 2 on the list was this huge koi pond / aquarium. When I saw this tank, I was shocked by it. I don't know if it was the beautiful koi, the size of the koi, or just seeing large koi through glass panels like this, but it was simply amazing. Koi ponds are awesome, and looking down into one is always great, but to have something like this with glass panels to get another viewpoint of the koi was just really awesome. I'd love to someday have a viewing panel on my pond, or to have an aquarium like this. The koi aquarium also had a goldfish tank above it and behind it, which created an even cooler effect when looking into this booth. But as cool as all of this was, the absolute top aquarium at the show was the next one on the list, the pufferfish aquarium.
Okay, so we're here at the 6,000 liter aquarium by New Wave, and I believe that translates to about 1,800 gallons. And they had this incredible setup with a beautiful aquascape, live plants, a ton of Congo tetras, carbensis, and of course the huge puffer. That thing is a big boy, and he looks small in this tank. It's awesome. And I believe that's part of the New Wave team. Oliver Knott on Instagram and other social media platforms. He's a legend. Helped put this thing together. It looks incredible. And it just goes to show how incredible this show is, how much effort goes into setting up these aquariums, having them look like they've been well established from the get-go, even though they transport it here. All these live plants have grown in. It looks incredible. And I think I could stand at this tank for hours, and we probably will. And you can also see just how thick these panels are for this huge aquarium, and the filtration's behind it, so you don't see that or any of the plumbing. And you also see the beautiful lighting above the tank, which I believe are 12 different Kessels, and it really makes this tank stand apart.
These tanks were awesome and really inspirational, and I just feel lucky to have seen them in person. Interzoo was a wild place and a ton of fun. So much so that one of the next videos will be a deeper dive into the show, where I'll show even more of the aquariums, aquascapes, and the coolest part, the new products on display here, including a game changer coming up in the industry. It may just be the best filter to hit the market coming soon. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss that. We have much more coming up for my Euro trip, and I can't wait to show you. See you next time.